What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Knockout Sessions, a pre-Super Bowl edition of Knockout Sessions. I am a Cardinals fan, but in honor of my grandfather, I support the Bears, as you can see. And for those of you wondering...
Those are Cleveland Cavaliers.
No, he doesn't watch football. He's uneducated. For those of you wondering, yes, I'm a Cardinals fan. And yes, I do want to see the Niners lose.
He likes Pokemon. You can clearly see he likes
For
Pokemon.
you animes that knows what's up, he also doesn't watch anime. He catfished me when we met. So, go Chiefs. I hope the Niners lose. And if they lose, best believe this next video, I'm wearing the Cardinals gear. That's spite. Now, that's Super Bowl talk. There's no off-season in the fight game, though. And we have Teofimo Lopez taking on Jamaine Ortiz.
Before we go through all of that, hello, I'm back.
Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that.
You introduced me. Hi, my name is Milton. This is my co-host, Julio. I'm back. I'm cuter. Whoever the other person you saw the other time, that's not it. It's me.
Look, man.
It's always been me.
I thought it was a good time. We had a vacation from you. Your vacation was splendid. You know, came back with a tan. Look at you. You're still in relaxed mode.
Did I get dark?
You did.
Oh, man. No wonder my face hurts.
It's pilly. It's either that or he's just angry all the time. So that, again, proves my point. He should have just stayed over there. And that's what we didn't even ask. We didn't even miss him.
I miss y'all. My fans. My real fans.
Speaking of fans, we have this fanboy fangirling soon because of the return of Teofimo. So.
Yes. Big Daddy's back. We got Teofimo, Jamaine Ortiz. So let's start with kind of what we think of the fight itself, right? So this is Teofimo's first fight after beating Josh Taylor. Obviously, this is nowhere close to the fight that I wanted to see.
Every boxing fan ever.
Kinda, yeah. I mean,
but
Teofimo, for the most part, I mean, he's one of the guys that's always out there. No, shh. I said for the most part, he's out there chasing greatness, right? He's proving things that other boxers aren't willing to prove. He takes pay cuts. My man's a trash picker who's undisputed champion at 135. We can argue he's a two-time undisputed champion at because he beat Josh Taylor.
Debatable.
That's what I said. We can argue.
That's a losing argument, but hey.
No, it's not, because Josh Taylor didn't lose his belt. He vacated the belt, so he was still the man when Teofimo beat him.
I don't even know if he was undisputed in the last.
Okay, so let me ask you this: who's the number one person at 140?
At 140, Devin Haney.
So now we agree. Now we agree that this is the reason why I said this is not the fight that I wanted to see, because obviously there's going to be disputes and arguments out there of what fight should have been happening next.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things going on. We're not going to mention his name in this video. I promise you. We've mentioned his video every time. Devin Haney possibly has a different dance partner. All right. Second of all, I'm so stupid because I should know better. The last time that Teofimo fought an unrecognizable name, I think he lost. And that unrecognizable name now has a date with the guy that arguably beat him. So you know what?
Jamaine Ortiz is a recognizable name for real fans.
Good gatekeeper.
Unlike yourself.
Good gatekeeper.
Unlike yourself.
Not the fight we wanted.
Because if we all remember correctly, even Lomachenko got fucking some bad reputation out of that fight because he didn't look as good as...
He's fighting the pit bull of his division.
So that means that if Teofimo goes in, knocks him out, now what?
Hey, it's time to make the real fight.
So you're not going to give him props?
You look good. Hey, you look good, champ. We'll see you later this year.
Oh my God. See, this is why I don't like talking to you. Moving on to the UFC.
No. So you don't want to compare boxing to UFC right now.
That's not what I said.
But it's cool. We'll see what Teofimo's got. It's like a little cute little tune-up.
But obviously, Teofimo wins. It's a no-brainer. It should be Devin Haney next, or We're not going to say names. He who shall not be mentioned, if he gets the fight against Devin Haney, the winner fights Teofimo. Who are we talking about?
Brian Garcia. Or, according to these cute little flirts that we're seeing on social media, Teofimo wants Bud.
Okay, but realistically,
at 147.
Realistically here, right? I know my intern took over last week, so
shout out to you, Avi.
I didn't have a lot of time to watch such a boring episode. But I'm assuming you guys should have touched the topic of Canelo.
It'd be your own people.
Canelo fighting potentially Bud and Charlo.
You don't want to get into that.
So you guys didn't get into that?
Well, we got into it.
Okay, so now let's get into it.
You want to get into this?
Of course I
Round 2.
I don't want to get into it because there's no reason why we shouldn't be mentioning Teofimo's name with Bud if apparently we got Bud being mentioned with Canelo.
Well, yeah, because why is Crawford going to want to waste his time with Teofimo when he could go get a better payday and probably get knocked out in the process by Canelo doing it?
Okay, yeah. So why are we talking about Bud and Teofimo?
Because Teofimo wants Bud. So as I'm saying, if Teofimo doesn't get Haney, he might be trying to petition for that Bud fight. That's what I'm saying.
See, that doesn't make sense to me at all because I think if he were able to get Bud, okay, but that's not happening. We both know that's not happening.
Now, if Crawford doesn't get Canelo for whatever reason,
he's still not taking on Teofimo.
Then there you go. So Teofimo, you're wasting your time.
Yes, I'm telling you that right now.
That's the point right here.
That is like let's just, unless you're talking about Boots or Alexis Rocha, fuck it, Conor Benn, since Conor Benn is the...
We'll get to him in a bit.
Yeah, talk of the town right now, right? Like,
I don't know why.
Like, there's no reason why we need to be mentioning 147 for Teofimo. Teofimo has Brian. Teofimo has Devin. Teofimo has...
potentially Rolly Pitbull winner. You know what I'm saying? So Teofimo, stop it. You got plenty of work to do. In other words, shut your mouth and let the big...
Relax.
Oh, I thought we were on the same page here.
Yes, but no disrespect. Relax.
Oh, okay. Relax. Teofimo, please shut your mouth and stay in your lane and let Bud do whatever. Bud, it's already bad enough that Bud is going to fight Canelo. Don't throw yourself in that little mix. Teofimo, go and fight Devin Haney or Brian if you have to. But the bottom line is, we'll see how he looks. And
so where would that leave Jamaine Ortiz if he happens to do a KOSessions repeat?
You know.
What would that leave him? Because obviously, if it's like as close as a KOSessions win, I don't think Jamaine did enough to really shake up 140. But we're talking about like he outboxes Teofimo, he knocks Teofimo out.
Haney's taking that fight.
Oh, 100%.
And that's best case. In the worst case scenario, he takes the winner of Rolly Pitbull.
No, I'm pretty sure Haney would take out Jamaine Ortiz.
I'm pretty sure too. Yeah,
it's an easy next collection of the belts at that point. Hey, Brian can go off and do whatever.
The new name of the game of boxing is no longer hit and don't get hit. It is now fight and get paid as much as possible for the least amount of competition. That's the new motto in boxing.
Bro, we're talking about if Jamaine Ortiz happens to be Teofimo.
That's what I'm saying. Now I'm speaking from Teofimo's point of view. You know, with Jamaine Ortiz and not fighting Devin Haney. I'm a bitter boxing fan. I'm sorry, y'all, but
no. But you're saying that if Jamaine Ortiz beats Teofimo, he beat some mediocre competition?
Yet to be seen.
What are we talking about here?
We don't know if Teofimo's mediocre or great quite yet. We don't. I don't. You can.
So what do you want out of this man? I don't understand.
He needs to be Francis Ngannou.
Oh, you're ridiculous. Okay. Oh my goodness.
No. I think if he
because look, he beat your guy Loma.
It's debatable.
To who?
To the judges. I need to debate that with the judge. I still want to talk to those judges.
He beat Josh Taylor. Was Josh Taylor not good enough?
It's okay.
So who was better than Josh Taylor before we had Devin? Before we had Teofimo at 140? Who was better than Josh Taylor? Who was better than Josh Taylor?
Ramirez.
And who beat fucking Ramirez?
Josh Taylor.
Then what the fuck are we talking about?
You're reading the greatness of Josh Taylor. Or used to be great. What I'm saying is...
No, oh my goodness. Now you sound like every hater who... I'm going to calm myself down real quick.
No, we're not going to calm him down.
No.
Teofimo hasn't done enough to really say, like, oh, he's a top.
This is the same arguments that we have about what Canelo does to fighters. He literally makes fucking A fighters look like D fighters, and now Canelo's the one that's fighting washed fucking champions. What are we talking about here? Teofimo makes these fighters look mediocre.
Can I finish my piece? I'll bend the knee to Teofimo and apologize to him and say he's great when he beats Devin Haney.
That makes no sense.
It makes all the sense. No, that's the fight we want to see in this division. That's the fight.
Teofimo had a better fight against Loma than Devin Haney, and you cannot argue that because you even thought Devin lost against Loma, but you did not hesitate as much as you do with Teofimo.
See, here's the thing. I personally dislike Teofimo and his dad because of their actions, the way they are outside of the ring.
Okay, that's why I don't go based on those.
I don't either. But I'm
yes,
saying,
you do because you hate the guy who hates the guy.
What has Teofimo really done though to warrant that? Is what I'm saying.
Against, like, what has he done to shut his dad up?
No, to shut guys up like me. Like, what have you really done?
Talking about?
You barely beat Loma.
And he shut fucking Josh Taylor to retirement.
No, that's the one credit I'll give him. He's 1-1 right now, so Devin Haney's the tiebreaker.
I don't understand. So if he knocks out Richard Comey, it means nothing.
No.
Okay.
Stop it right there.
Okay. This is all I'm saying. When he beats Jamaine Ortiz, whatever way he beats him,
okay, it was expected. But when he beats Brian, and he beats Devin, and he beats Rolly, and he beats Pitbull, oh, then yeah, at that point
I want you to be on record saying to Teofimo, Daddy, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm never going to call anybody daddy outside my daddy. Hell nah. Teofimo, you can forget about that. But I will say, I will give you flowers for either your greatness or your coffin. We'll see which one it goes.
Okay, moving on, obviously. Moving on.
We mentioned Conor Benn earlier.
Yes, we can go next with Conor Ben.
Ben.
First thing I want to say that I think is kind of the talk of the town right now. How funny is it that now that Conor's not eating eggs full of juice
from bologna sandwiches,
suddenly he has no power. He himself is looking vulnerable, C-level type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? And it now fucking Tank wants to fight at 147 when suddenly Devin is too big at 140.
I see where you're going with this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we going to go from 135 and say, no, I don't want to fight Devin because he's too big. He blows up to 160, but you're going to jump to 147 and take on Conor Benn?
That is the playbook of the Mayweather protection program.
That is ridiculous, bro.
Because
this has nothing to do with Conor Benn himself more than
even though he looks horrible now. I don't know why he's calling out. He called out Boots Ennis. We talked about this in the last.
I hope they give him Boots so we can just
end the Conor Benn era. You were such a Conor Benn fan
because obviously he was looking good, but I didn't know he was juiced up on eggs.
Hey, fuck it. You know,
like he was looking good, but now we know why.
Hey, I mean, I was never a big, believer in Conor Benn. I actually picked Chris Eubanks to beat Conor Benn. Remember when that fight was made? Mm-hmm. But that fight was whatever now.
Yeah, I mean at this point it looks like they're gonna keep pursuing the Conor Benn versus Chris Eubanks. But I've heard Mario Barrios be mentioned for Conor Benn. I think
that's an adequate fight for both.
Yeah, I've heard Boots Ennis
sends them into orbit,
and obviously Tank now seems because before Conor Benn fought on Saturday. We had heard little rumors that Tank wanted to make his next fight in the UK, right? Now Conor Benn looks like shit, and he starts beefing with him
he smells blood
on Instagram.
Yeah.
obviously, if Tank has a huge following, Conor Benn's still popular in the UK. He's gonna get a fat payday by going to the UK.
I just said the new motto in boxing earlier.
Yeah, I know.
Take the least dangerous fights for the most amount of money.
All I'm saying at this point, bro, is that
Tank sexuals, you're looking at.
like if Tank goes out there, bro, there's nothing you're gonna do at this point unless you fight. Unless you get Shakur out of retirement, fight him, fight Devin Haney, fight Boots Ennis, fight Keith Thurman, fight Virgil, fight Alexis Rocha. I have nothing more to say about Tank no more.
That's it?
Yeah, like you're not allowed on my podcast.
Oh, you know.
You and Brian can go do a rematch or something. I don't know.
I don't think most of our mutual friends will, specifically one.
In this universe, there's no mutual friends when it comes to Tank.
There's no debate now.
There's no debate. There's no. Please comment. You guys that don't even look at my videos, please comment what you guys really think. You know, we'll talk about
That's our name slapper. Y'all know who you are. And if you don't know, you will know. Tank sexuals. Mm-hmm. I agree. We don't agree on a lot of things, but I would let him carry this one because he just went full Julio mode on this one.
Yeah, bro. Like Tank has officially shown
he's a bitch.
He's officially shown. That part. No, we're not. Ooh! He's officially shown his real color because everybody kept saying Mayweather, bro. This has nothing to do with Mayweather now.
Like 30
years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, supposedly he was trying to get away from Mayweather. Whether he did or he did not, like, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, you're big enough star that you can dictate the pace now, and you're choosing to go against Conor Benn when you got so much unfinished business at 135, 140. Like, what are we talking about here?
So, in other words, hashtag no credibility Wahid.
Yeah, like, it just sucks, bro, because, again, a lot of potential there.
Hey, you can't. There's no. When you're almost 30, we can forget about the word potential now. Now you're just who you are. Because he's got maybe 3 to 5 years left in boxing, and
at this point, even the up and comers might end up getting in.
I hope so.
He's gonna be
Adrian Broner.
I was about to say Adrian Broner. I literally was about to say Adrian Broner.
What a bro moment for y'all.
Oh yes. I'm gonna frame that fucking.
Hey, it is what it is, but I agree. Everything. I don't even need to add any more to that because this man just kind of got the football and ran to the end zone with it.
Yeah.
So, Tank, you are who you are. Ben, you are who I always knew you were, and now he sees it. Off the Trembolone, you're just there.
It is what it is. Touching base, still at the 140. As much as I don't want to fucking talk about Brian, I gotta bring up Brian again. Ooh. And the reason I want to bring up Brian is because what does Devin Haney get out of this now? If he
money and popularity?
Because I know we saw that he posted April fight coming back, right?
420.
And we obviously already knew that Ryan had already posted April. But I don't know, bro. At this point, it's like I feel like Devin would be the desperate one if he takes on that fight now.
No, I think it makes sense for him. You get the money and you get his popularity, makes your name a lot bigger. And now you become the A side in the division.
Oh, he already is the A side in the division.
I think if he would have fought Teofimo right now, that's kind of give or take.
But that's Teofimo, though.
That's what I'm saying, though. But you want to one-up that guy who's in the other side of the fence, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. His stocks will definitely go up.
Yeah, all the pretty young things that root for Ryan, we might as well mention that name now because it's inevitable. all the pretty young things that root for Ryan Garcia would then look at Devin Haney and be like, dang, it's almost as good as Drake.
Ooh. I like that one.
And they'll jump on to the Devin Haney train. If you know, you know.
I love that one.
So that's what Devin Haney will get out of it.
Okay, I'm satisfied now. I just had Brian was right there and I was like,
You gotta let it out.
Yeah, I gotta let it out.
There's no such thing as a Brian in this podcast. It's always been Ryan Garcia. I can't wait to mention you in my next video and the next 10 after that. Until
because next week is just gonna be official now.
Probably. We have no choice. Speaking of official, moving on to the MMA side of things for the UFC. Oh my lord, he's about to cook again. I know it and I feel it. Dana White came out in an interview and said, he was asked on the Pat McAfee show, give us a date. He straight up asked him.
He was like, Chandler wants to fight. Chandler has a date, right? Mm-hmm. McGregor wants to fight. McGregor has a date. He's like, all you gotta do is Dana give us a date. And what does this motherfucker say?
I'll see y'all in the fall. It's not even the summer anymore. It's not even July anymore. Like how Connor said it was going to be in July for fight week. Now it's in the fall.
You know what this smells like?
Boxing.
Juiced up eggs.
I don't even know if Connor's still juiced up.
Why else would we be postponing this for so long? What is the big picture? What are they waiting for?
I don't think it's Connor anymore. I think it's Dana. I think Dana is trying to milk out that name as much as possible because
he's been milking that name ever since he broke his knee. Yeah. I think the hype is here. It's right now.
Think about it though. If you're a promoter like Dana, you know Connor maybe only has 1 to 2 fights, most likely 1 fight left. If you're gonna drag it out, you're grinding at this point that name out because you only have 1 more fight left in. Because if Connor loses. Like, if Dana would have kept giving Connor fights, like, he was hesitant to give him Cowboy back in 2020, but he did it because Connor begged for it. And Poirier and Connor made that fight official basically behind Dana White's back. So Connor, the last 2-3 fights, has really been doing it on his accord. And now Dana's like, no, you are my cash cow, and if I only have 1 more in that revolver, I want to make it count, and I'm going to do it in the fall. He's probably going to, if it's in the fall, maybe in Saudi Arabia or Vegas, I don't know.
Okay, but what are we going to get from now to the fall that will keep Connor's name mentioned? Because I'm telling you right now, bro, his name is with Tank. After today, we're not talking about that
Connor's accomplished.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Because of the fact that we keep talking about this and it makes no sense. Mm-hmm. It makes no sense. Like, there's no point of talking about this if there's nothing other than, it might now be in April. It might now be in May. Like, there's really nothing there. There's no more shows, right? Like, the show's over. The Contender's
done.
Exactly. So the show's over, right? What, are they going to make a season 2 with Chandler and him being coaches again? Are they gonna fucking make them brawl in the middle of the street? Like, right now, there's nothing to keep us interested. That's my point. How are they going to keep everybody interested from now until the fall? What is he like? Nothing makes sense.
You announce the fight date, like Connor comes back. You make a press conference probably in May or in June, like how they did the couple of weeks ago with like the 3 UFC pay-per-views press conference where it was Memorial Volk and et cetera, et cetera. You do those little sprinkles to kind of still keep that fresh in our memory, and you probably could milk out the Roadhouse movie.
I don't know. To me, that's not enough. See, even you're like...
I know, yeah, no, I agree with what he's saying, and I agree. It's just... It's one of those things where I'm looking at it, and I'm just tired of it. It's getting right there in the Khabib-Tony area.
Oh, 100%. You know, right now I feel that best case scenario, all this is just a big old fucking play, and just gonna be like, Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira, plus Chandler versus Connor, plus Izzy versus DDP, triple headliner, boom.
UFC 300?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I wish.
That's what I...
No, yeah, you never know if Dana's trolling us.
You know,
he's a dickhead.
It's just going to be the one big announcement. It's like, I was just kidding, guys.
I would love that.
Or even if it's not like one big announcement for UFC 300, but he announces and makes everything official, like, you're going to get Tom and Alex in UFC 300, plus Africa, Izzy, DDP, plus June was the fucking McGregor Chandler fight, right? Or even fall at that point, but now you have 3 big old hyped announcements.
Yeah.
Back to back, and now it's like, okay, fine.
If he can warrant that. Like, if he can make that happen like, let's do it. Like, kind of like when he announced 297, 298, 299, and then he said
back to back big announcements.
I'd be
because
cool with that.
The only other thing that I'm thinking about is what could Dana be waiting for coming up from 298 and 299 or even 300 that he would want for UFC 3 or whatever the fuck it will be when Chandler.
Well, 301 is in Brazil.
No, 3. Whenever Conor and Chandler fight, like what could he be waiting for from all these fights that he wants to put together along with the Conor Chandler card? You know what I'm saying? That's the only other thing that I can think of that Dana's waiting for something big.
Probably. If Oliveira beats Saryukian and you make Oliveira Islam 2 co-headline McGregor Chandler. Because if McGregor beats Chandler,
see, now that's something to talk about.
He's going after the Islam Charles winner.
See, that's the only thing that, like, what is Dana seeing in the big picture? That makes more sense now.
That's the best case scenario, or whatever happens between Gaethje and Holloway. You know, because maybe Chandler stops waiting for it, and maybe he goes somewhere. And it's like, okay, cool. Then I got Gaethje for the BMF belt. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, something along those lines. But I think Dana is desperate, though. I think he is scrambling to do something with the main event of UFC 300. There was a rumor, another one, a hint, call it what you want, of Tom Aspinall booking a flight for April. Once again, hinting that he's probably going to fight at UFC 300. Now, he didn't
say opponent,
but we all kind of, at this point, kind of know who it is. And if you're Tom Aspinall, you kind of should stop begging for that fight. I'm just saying. Potentially Alex Pereira.
That'd be a dope fight. I know we've talked base on this before, but it'd be a cool fight. The only thing that I can think of that's pretty much going to save UFC 300 at this point.
Aspinall Pereira?
Just to kind of just put the cherry on top.
I think, but the fans aren't going to be happy with that. Because they've gone through such a roller coaster.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
we're all just drained.
Like, at first it was like, oh, what's next? And I was like, Dana, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Like, stop that.
I think we're all just exhausted because we're just like, every week, it's like, I feel like every Tuesday, every Wednesday, we're like, is it time? We look like crack fiends, like, is it time?
Give me information.
But, you know, in the meantime, we're close. We're close to the possible new chapter in the featherweight division. The only reason I bring this up is because my guy, Ilia Topuria, has been talking a lot of smack. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of getting a little scared. Because now
all we need now is for Drake to be like, oh, I got fucking $500,000 on Ilia. And it's done.
It's done. But here's the thing about Ilia. As a fan, and even as like an analyst of this, Ilia, you're putting yourself in a corner where it's like one of two outcomes is going to happen on that night. Either you back up what you say and you look like an absolute world beater,
and then you'll just be the talk of the town. You're the new GOAT because you're fucking making a whole ass documentary, you know, and launching it after you win.
Hopefully, because my lord, what a waste of film. Hey, or you become a meme.
But real respect though, even if you lose and you still put that documentary out there, I'll respect you. But if you bitch out and you don't fucking put it out there,
like you would have to show the agony of the loss.
Yes, I'll still respect that because you can't fucking say I'm making a documentary about my road to becoming a champion and then nobody gets to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like my road to becoming a champion, no matter what,
road to redemption.
Yeah, like it doesn't end with Volk. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's the belt.
Yeah, like it's the belt, bro. So it's like
it's a story.
Just make it longer, you know?
I mean, sure, that's a good recovery because Ilya, you were putting way too much stock in your stocking. I don't even know if I said that right. I'm so done with.
I imagine when you said that was his ass.
Drake. I bet you Drake was looking at 21 Savage when you were looking at it. But anyways, yeah, like Topuria, but he's not just talk trash about Volk. Like, have you seen what he's talked about everybody else?
Explain to me.
So this is what he said about Ortega Yair.
Ooh.
They both had their chance. It doesn't matter who wins. They're not getting a shot at the title after he gets the title.
Oh, pussy.
I think they will.
No, I think, well, I know more than anything, him and Yair. That has to happen if he freaking... if he wins.
This is what he said about Patty. He says his personal Patty, when he sees him out, he smashes him. He said this about Volk. He takes him out in one round. We've been hearing that, though. He said this about O'Malley. He says O'Malley is probably going to lose to Cheeto and needs to worry about his own division.
Ooh, let's go.
This is what he said about Holloway. Holloway got dominated by Volk 3 times. He doesn't deserve a title shot after he beats Volk. Because he's basically saying, what difference is it going to make? Then he said, what did he say? Oh, Connor. He said, if Connor is ever about it, he's willing to give Connor red panty night if he's ever about it. See? And I'm like, bro, you are going at everybody.
Come on, bro. Like, this, it's hard for, like, I know I'm going for Volk, but now it's hard for me to be like, come on, Julio, like, even you gotta be ashamed of this.
I'm not ashamed. I'm more worried some because it's like, you better back up what you're saying. I'm very big on backing up what you say. I love a good shit talker if you can back it up, though, or if you have the street cred for it.
See, but now, it's not like, because it's not like Connor. Connor was a good shit talker. That's just like straight, like, oh, I'm too good for you, fucking bullshit talking.
Yeah.
Like, that's not like fucking just like talking shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll say
like thug talking shit. That's some like, oh, I'm fucking this fucking, what do you call it? Like a royal family, you're just a peasant.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
See, that's what it sounds like.
He does sound like that. I'll say this though, if he beats Volk, like in the first round, how he says, you know what this is gonna look like? This kind of rise when Connor beat Aldo,
yeah.
And now we're just like, oh, because here's the thing about MMA fans. We can all be like this right now. Mm-hmm. And then Topuria does something wow, and we're like, dude, he's such a cool badass. Like, I've liked him for a long time. Like, MMA fans are fickle like that.
Sounds like you.
Sounds like him with my relationship. One day he loves me, another day he leaves to Mexico. Should have stayed. So hopefully Topuria can back it up. But it should be a fun night because I'm still rooting for Topuria. I really believe in his skills. Mm-hmm. Now you better make me believe in his mouth.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
You know, so
Drake.
But anyways, hit the like though, hit the subscribe, hit the share. We're gonna be back for our reaction from the Teofimo fight and any more news that comes out of it. All of our social media handles are gonna be on the description. Welcome back, Milton. Can't wait to see you get deported again. So keep it fresh, everybody. We love y'all. See you next time.